Let me introduce another piece of information, sir, that is coming in before I come back to you. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has reportedly struck more than 100 targets in Israel's Tel Aviv city in retaliation for the killing of its security chief, Ali Larijani. In a statement, the IRGC announced hitting the targets during the 61st wave of its ongoing retaliatory mission, Operation True Promise 4, in the face of the American-Israeli aggression, quote unquote. Now, the statement read, and I quote here, the hostile objects were targeted using multi-warhead Khorassan 4 and the Qadr missiles, as well as Imad and Khaybar Shekhan projectiles as a means of avenging the martyrdom of Dr. Larijani, the former Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council. All right, let me in fact also go across to Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta, who's a former diplomat who's also joined us on the broadcast via the phone line. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to NewsX. We appreciate it. Ambassador Gupta, when we're looking at this situation that is currently unfolding, like the General has been pointing out, there are various options right now that are present. Iran is slowly and steadily losing most of its top leadership. There will be no one left to talk to if Israel and America want to negotiate the terms, and there is also the possibility of Iran running out of munitions when we are looking at, because it's carrying out an asymmetric warfare. It's bombing Israel, like we just pointed out. It's also bombing the US strategic assets in the Gulf region as well. So slowly and steadily, Iran has some tough choices to make. What do you believe, Ambassador, is the next way forward after day 19 of the war?
Yes, Divani, good afternoon. The situation is becoming very, very difficult. It is true that Iran is losing all its top leadership, and the time will come when there would be no one to talk to. It's absolutely true. But at the same time, the authority has been delegated to the regional leaders in the army, and they are still able to fire certain missiles and drones on the US as well as Gulf targets. So that is a matter of great concern, because it should not lead to chaotic situation when the things go out of control and civilian population and civilian targets are fired at. The second question is that the Gulf countries are in a great dilemma, because they cannot take offensive against Iran. They know Iran is a big power. At the same time, they cannot avoid taking assistance from US, because US is the only savior for them right now. So they are in a very difficult situation. They are facing a barrage of missiles from Iran. At the same time, US is not able to give them total protection, and their economy is suffering a lot. The third question is of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, Strait of Hormuz is practically under Iranian control, whether there is a leadership or not. So far as that remains under Iranian control, the energy resources will continue to suffer, because the passage will not be easy. Every country will have to negotiate with Iranians on each ship passing through the Strait of Hormuz, as India is doing. And then it will become very difficult with whom to negotiate, because if there is no leadership, negotiations will also become difficult. And the energy passage for all those ships which are passing through the strait will be extremely difficult. So this is going to be very, very difficult situation. We are going to see low-intensity war going on for weeks together, and it can result into a guerrilla warfare at a later stage, because Iranian population has not revolted against the current leadership so far. If there is a revolt against the current leadership and new leadership emerges, then situation would change. But as of now, it appears that the two sides are heading for a long-drawn, low-intensity guerrilla warfare.